Hey guys, what's going on? A Button Games here. So I kind of wanted to show you guys my build that I use for my Barbarian. This is the build that I used to kind of farm gear for all my other classes because it's a very easy one to use. It's very mindless, but it's extremely powerful. You can just kind of look through really high greater rifts, especially if this was optimized. My build, my version is far from optimized, but I can still easily do like greater rift 50 through maybe about 65, 68, things like that. But again, I'm missing a few key items and things like that, but I kind of just wanted to go over because for those of you who aren't too familiar with the Barbarian, who never used the Barbarian, or who haven't used the Barbarian because you don't really like the way you've been using it, I'm going to kind of show you guys my build. So this is the Endless Whirlwind build, and it's surprisingly effective, really easy to use, fairly easy to obtain, and like I said, really effective. So let's just go over real quick some of the basic stuff. Of course, you're going to need the waist set here, the Wrath of the Waste. So if we were to look at the set bonus, the 2-set piece, it's alright, but you're not really going to be applying rend to people because they're just going to be dying so damn fast. Now, if you're up into the higher, greater rifts and you have to really deal some insane damage to kill people, then you're going to have to start applying rend and then hit them with your Whirlwind. But you know, when I'm doing like my normal rifts and stuff and I'm just kind of booking through them to get bloodstones and gear drops and stuff like that for my other classes to convert over and things like that, there's no reason to worry about applying rend, because as you'll see when I go through a demonstration, I'm just going to run through this rift really fast. The next thing would be the 4-set. During Whirlwind, you gain 50% damage reduction and your applied rend deals triple damage. So the key part here is the 50% damage reduction. Again, I don't really care about the rend where I'm currently at. And then the 6-set bonus, Whirlwind gains the effect of Dust Double Wound, and all Whirlwind damage is increased by 800%. So that's just going to drastically improve your Whirlwind damage. So we have all those on. The places that I can definitely optimize would be my neck, my bracers here, and my belt. So my belt's kind of random. It doesn't really do much for me. I have it on right now because it's the best one that I have, and I like that gain 1129 life per Fury spent. That's always really nice. And I have Focus and Restraint on for the rings. These are kind of really a necessity for this guy. When you hit with a resource generating attack, your primary skills deal 50%. When you hit with a resource spending attack, you deal 50% increased damage for 5 seconds. I'm always spending resources because I'm just constantly spamming Whirlwind, so it's basically a 50% damage buff. As you see, I have a Bane of the Trapped. I have a Bane of the Powerful. I actually need to get that up 1 to 25. I'm slacking on this character. And I think I have this Taeguk. The reason is because this is kind of like a channeling one, so you gain 3.36% increased damage for 1.5 seconds when you spend a resource on a channeling skill. So basically, I'm constantly spamming that, so I always have 10 stacks of that, which is 30% damage, so that's really good. The 25 effect is pretty good too. Gain 2% increased armor for every stack. Again, that stacks 10%, so that's 20% armor. Oh shit, my bad. Nemesis bracers, I could easily get better bracers, but at the moment, like I said, I just use this class to do rifts really quickly, so spawning the extra elites at the shrines just gets me my rift percentages up a lot quicker, so it's actually surprising if god damn it, I gotta stop doing that. Blackthorns, this again, like I said, this could definitely be replaced along with the belt. I don't know if I want to just get the Blackthorns belt and just have the 10% damage to elites that it gives you. And the vitality I can give or take, but the 10% damage to elites is always really nice. And I think that's all the... oh yeah, of course, Volcathos, but everyone knows that. So for the weapons, you definitely need Volcathos, just because you get the movement speed and attack speed while using Whirlwind, and you also get the Fury regeneration, which is key for keeping your Whirlwind up. So we'll take a quick look at the skills. Again, only thing you really need to focus on is Whirlwind for this. You could fuck around with the other skills and stuff all you want, but I'm just going to focus on Whirlwind. You want Hurricane, because you already get Dust Devil. Hurricane's going to pull everyone into you and just annihilate them, so that's really good. It's nice to have Furious Charge out because you can just kind of cover long distances. If there's a long distance between you and an enemy, you can let go Whirlwind for a second and cover that distance, and then just Whirlwind up again. Here, obviously, Rend, for if you feel like it. Ignore Pain. Ignore Pain's alright. This is pretty good. Your rage protects you for most damage for 5 seconds. This is obviously just something if you get into a pinch. And then I believe we have, Wrath of the Berserker, of course. Become a Fury Incarnate for 20 seconds. This will just massively increase my damage whenever I use that, if I get into a pinch or if I just want to one-shot the boss or whatever. We'll look at passive skills here real quick. So we have Weapon Master. This is a necessity because the 2 Fury per hit is basically just going to keep my Fury at full. If when I hit people, I have infinite Fury, basically. Here we have Rampage, increased strength by 1% for 8 seconds after killing enemy. This stacks up to 25 times. This is really good, but I don't know if I would get more of a damage boost from this. Brawler, as long as there are 3 enemies in 12 years, all of your damage is increased by 20%. This might give me more damage because for this one I kind of need to wait for it to stack, but that's 25% strength. I don't know if that 25% strength is going to add more damage than this. I'll kind of do a little bit of experimenting and let you guys know on that. Berserker's Rage, obviously, you deal 25% additional damage when near maximum fury. Since I have infinite fury, it's basically 25% damage boost. Fuck, I keep hitting the wrong button, sorry guys. And Ruthless, you deal 40% additional damage to enemies below 30% health. This is always nice because if your first hit of Whirlwind doesn't kill them, the second hit's just going to do massive fucking damage and you're just going to mess them up. And the powers. The Furnace, increased damage against elites by 50%, obviously. Now, the middle one is obviously give or take. I kind of want to mantle the channeling there because that increases the damage done by your channeling skills by 25%. I think it stacks like 10 times or something like that. Something crazy like that. But well above 90% primary resource, all damage you take is reduced by 50%. I'm always above 90%, so that in correspondence with the is it Volcathos? One or the Wrath of the Waste that decreases damage you take by 50% while channeling Whirlwind. So this is just kind of makes me almost invincible at the moment. And then Skull Grasp is a necessary thing. Increased damage of Whirlwind by 300%. So I know I went through that a little bit fast, but I kind of wanted to show you guys here what I've been working with here. So let's just go in, I don't know, this is 42 or something like that. So let's just go into Rift Jar, kind of show you guys how it works, show you guys how quickly you can kind of just run through these guys. So because I didn't really use my Barbarian as much as I should have, but as you see, you know, you kind of just do anywhere between 800 million and about 1 billion per hit. Once you pick up the double damage thing, it's pretty much over. Then you're going to be doing like, I don't know, 2-3 billion per hit. Sometimes you hit these guys 2-3 times in just a real quick, short span. So, like I said, as you guys see, my Fury's barely dropping at all. If I get too far away from enemies, then my Fury will drop a little bit. We're just going to go to the next floor, fuck it. My Fury will start to drop a little bit because a lot of my regeneration comes from hitting people. The 2 Fury per hit's really, really nice. That's from the Volcathos. But again, you know, you just gain massive increase to movement speed with this. As you see, I'm barely taking any damage whatsoever from these guys. This is only the equivalent to like a tier 7, Torment 7 or Torment 8 rift, so it's not that impressive, but even in the Torment 10 to Torment 12, as long as I'm casting Whirlwind, it makes me pretty much invincible. I do need to replace my neck and probably get one of those elemental immunity ones. It might benefit me. I'm not sure what kills me the most. Probably Arcane, honestly. I don't know. I feel like Arcane's always the thing that kills people, so maybe I'll get the Arcane immunity one. Oh, and also, I apologize if you guys can hear my fan in the background. It's hot as fucking balls up here in this loft, so I need it running. It shouldn't be too loud. I kind of tested a little short recording before. But as you see, I'm just absolutely beasting this fucking rift. I don't know, that was like 5 billion damage a few times really, really, really fast. Which is always nice. And you kind of just, and this is what I mean by it's easy. You know, this is very minimal effort for how surprisingly effective it is. I mean, you know, billions of damage. For how much damage you do, this is surprisingly easy and very effortless. And then I just kind of do this a few times, rack up a whole bunch of bloodstones, go on my characters who need gear, and give them all the bloodstones. I've been using that to gear up my Necro. My Necro's pretty geared out. I got a video coming up for that soon. I've been definitely using this to gear up my Necro. I really, really am digging the Necro in this game so far. I've been using it to kind of gear up my Demon Hunter a little bit and get a few additional pieces for... Not my monk, what am I looking for? My wizard, sorry. It's been a while. Get over here. Oh, fuck those guys up. And my normal stuff does good damage too, so...
I can't.
Because my regular skill's Rend, so Rend will actually do really, really good damage, as you're seeing. You know, to do 400, 500 million damage when it starts to frickin' stack a whole shit ton of times. Let's go, let's go.
I won't do that.
This area looks not... Oh, you know what? This area must be from the Necro place. Yeah, that's right. Because I was going to say, this does not look very familiar, but I do remember it when I was playing in the new area with the Necro, so that makes more sense.
No way.
No way. Fuck these guys up. Whatever, whatever. And yeah, so that 50% damage reduction from the power cube, or the one that I have in the power for the cube, is just fucking great. And then, of course, in compilation with... what is it? Is it this? No, it's gotta be Wrath of the Waste, right? Sorry. Yes, the 4-set bonus. During Whirlwind, you gain 50% damage reduction. So, it's just like an insane amount of damage reduction that I'm getting at just about all times, really. Oh, I'm at 99%. Wow. What a rook. What a noob.
The Rift Guardian is here.
The Rift Guardian is here. The Rift Guardian is dead. Give me a few legendaries, please. Nice. Shit, it's a lot. Let's go. I need to get that Bane of the Powerful up to 25 right quick. One of the new things that they did add in the update, I'm not sure how recently they added it, but for those of you who are unfamiliar, if you complete a Greater Rift without dying, you get a bonus chance for upgrading. So you could really get gems up super, super quick from the early levels, because everything's going to be about 100% when you're at the higher rifts. Once you start getting a bit higher, then obviously they won't be 100%, but, you know, for the most part, you'll be good to go. So let's see, what do we got here? Not super familiar with the Barbarian gear, so I don't know off the top of my head what some of these are. Warmonger, that probably looks fucking sick. I guess I put that on. That looks like the frickin'... Oh, right. Fury of the Ancients. I was gonna say, that is kind of what that looks like. This looks like the set I have on. Yep. Interesting they would give me two shoulders. Ring of Emptiness. That's really fucking random, but that's actually a pretty good ring. Right there, because it has the crit chance and life per second on it without me even having to re-roll anything. So that's not bad. I might pass it on along to my witch doctor there. So let's go talk to Ulrich real quick. Turn this shit in. Nice. But like I said, I mostly use that to kind of get gear for my other classes. As you see, I did get something from my witch doctor. It's not a great ring, but it's certainly good. And how is that only down by 1 damage on this, even though it's intelligence? Wow, that just goes to show you that the actual stats don't mean jack shit compared to the crit chance. The 0.5, how much does that actually put on my damage? I'm not going to use that, obviously. That barely puts down my damage, even though this has strength and crit. The other one has intelligence and crit. But that 0.5% crit chance makes that much of a difference to where it doesn't drop my damage by that much, even though it doesn't have strength. Wow, unless Vitality gives me, does Vitality boost this guy's damage a little bit? It must. I don't know. Anyway, I know I got struck there. So yeah, I basically use this to get gear from other classes, either via drops, super lucky drops, or by the Bloodstones. You see I have 512 now, so now I could go on, say, my Necromancer and buy a shit ton of gear. Like I said, guys, basically what I do to kind of gear up these classes, and I'll show you guys real quick what I'll do. Let's cost 100. So we'll just buy a shit ton of belts here. Maybe I'll get the one I'm looking for. I don't actually know. Hey, I got Blackthorns. I might use. I got something else. I went through too fast. Let's take a look. Oh, we have Immortal Kings, IKs. Yeah. But what I do when I don't get the item that I want, I know I've said this many times, so I'm showing you guys again. I just come here and I upgrade shit. I have so many. You have so many materials by the time you really get into this that you can just upgrade everything, and you never know what you're gonna get. We'll upgrade all these belts, see if we get anything interesting, and if not, we'll kind of end the video here. Ren can out. Nope. Don't care about that. I mean, that could be interesting. Ren can stack 2 times on an enemy. That could be really interesting if I have, you know, ever get to the point where I rend. Fuck. I don't need no bow. Do I look like I need a bow? What we got? Yeah, I think I'm... What would be useful? Attack speed, maybe? If I'm not gonna go Blackthorns, right? What would be the ideal replacement for that? I mean, I don't think the Immortal King's 2-set piece, if it has a neck, it does not have a neck, I don't think, right? No, it doesn't. So I can't even, that's not even an option. What am I talking about? Let's see. Fucking a lot of Immortal Kings, Jesus. Anything else? Thunder Gods, that's not gonna help me because I'm not gonna be dodging a lot. I'm just gonna be running through people. Oh, that's fucking good, man. Shit. I mean, that puts up my stuff by a lot. If I can probably drop that frenzy damage and put like another just raw stat on there for like life regen, I might just use that for now because, like I said, I'm not getting the red bonus from the other one anyways, so it's probably going to be much more in my interest to just use a belt for pure stats at the moment until I figure out what the hell I want to use. Yeah, so I'm actually thinking I'm going to use that. It's not bad. Or the Blackthorn set. The Blackthorn, the 10% damage to elites might be worth getting. So, yeah. Yeah, we might go that. We got 3 left. We'll see what we get here. Boom. Oh, that was actually... Was that the one for attack speed? That might be good. That might have actually been a pretty good one. Oh, no, I'm thinking of the Witching Hour or whatever the fuck. So we'll either go with either Blackthorns. Let me know what you guys think. Blackthorns, and use the Blackthorn set for the 10% damage bonus to elites, or use this Girdle of the Giants. Again, don't really care about the effect because I'm not really using it. And I just realized the other one's Frenzy. It's not even fucking... Rend? I don't know why I thought that, so it's really not even useful for me. If I could just get that life per fury spent on this one, it'd be fucking great. We'd be all set. So is Blackthorn set worth it to use the Blackthorn belt in the neck, or should I put the Girdle of the Giants on here and then get one of those immunity restores primary resources thing? You guys know what I'm talking about, the ones that either make you immune to arcane, fire, poison, those type of things that restore your resources. I know those ones are really good for survivability, but I'm not sure if I should just stack like damage on elites at the moment because I have so much damage reduction on this guy. It's ridiculous. When I'm spamming Whirlwind, when I have my full stacks of like my Tau Gook and the 50% damage reduction and the further 50% damage, this guy's doing like 25 damage to me. I'm not sure how the hell I'm supposed to die, but that's neither here nor there. So let me know what you guys think. If you guys are interested in using this build, need some more clarification on things, let me know. I probably have some versions of these items laying around somewhere, maybe not ancient versions, but if you're missing a key piece and you need me to hook you up, I can definitely let you guys know if I have it. If you have any suggestions on what I should use for my belt, my bracers, and my neck, let me know, and I'm all ears, guys. And next time, see ya.